All right, guys, here we are for this very simply titled event, the Masters. We are doing Sand and Sequoias 2 times through. If you've been doing any other racing this week, you have probably done the kick and sprint, and that is 1 loop of Sand and Sequoias. So we are going to do the loop and then fill it up again. It is a Masters race. I am in the C category, 40 to 49. See how it goes. Look like a group of bumblebees here. All right, what have we got? 15 seconds to start. Gonna just need to move with the pack, get through Titans Grove, get back through the desert a second time, get through Titans Grove a second time. This is gonna be a long one, guys, and here we go. All right. Well, we're further back in the pens, which means we've got to move up. Catch up with the group. There we go. Up and at 'em. Now we're in it. That'll wake the legs up. Time to settle in. "42 kilometers. So now is not the time to work. Let's get into this group here. Definitely a spirited start. New pack dynamics spitting us out to the sides. Okay, still on the lead in. Haven't even started loop 1. That's fun. All right. Plenty of real estate left. Over 40 kilometers. So we've got another 20.2 kilometers for each loop, which starts now.
Right on.
A long bit of racing ahead. Okay. Stretching out again. Just want to ride the desert with the group. Plenty of work to be done from the desert floor into Titans Grove, up over Titans Grove, and back out to the desert again. That's the real meat of this thing. We'll be doing that twice today. All right. Oh, no discipline. Someone has to chase the guy off the front. Now the whole pack's gonna expend energy. So we just want to move with the wheels. Okay. Up over here, just spin, everything will compress again. Okay. Group's moving pretty well, high 40s in kilometers per hour. It's a huge peloton. Group speed's gonna pick up now. Let's bring in the guy at the front. So we'll just use all these wheels. We're only 6K in with 36K to go. Is that 1/7 of the way done? Right? Somebody off the front.
Right on.
Let's hydrate. Okay.
Right on.
Okay. Where are we? Still in Nowhereville. Moving with the group. All sorts of age-related jokes in the chat. Sounds like everybody can't wait until they're 50. Okay. Everybody's saying the rider off the front's holding 450 watts. Doesn't have a profile on Zwift Power. That can be suspect. Unless it's an undercover pro. We just wanted to cruise in here and beat up on us mere mortals. Oh, I guess it's got no heart rate either. So there you go. Okay. Working our way off of the desert floor and into Titans Grove.
Right on.
Lower slopes are draftable, so just want to stay with the group. Okay. Let's get in here. There we go. Flattens out a bit here. Another push. Okay. our gas coming up. Right here. Cut. Interesting. Easy here. Only 12K in, guys. So much left to do.
Right on.
Okay. Spin up. Okay. Here comes the real work. Slow it down. That was good. All right. Whew. Okay. It's all recovery now. Massive peloton made it through. So, don't fight it. 26K to go. It's easy to forget the climb's over. Still feel you need to juice it. That's just not the case. All right, here we go. Well-placed feather. Not even done with the first loop.
Ride on.
Okay. Okay. Just letting the speed of this group tow us along. I want to work to get well under 300 average by the time we're closer to the desert and onto the desert. Where are we, 308 right now? Okay. Okay. So we're not even one loop done. That's a pretty important distinction right now. Close to my sub 300 average goal. Where does that put me? Like 3.7, 3.6 watts per kilo, I think. Something like that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Long ride through the desert. Riders are going to get bored. They're going to get twitchy.
I'm toast.
And there'll be some pushes through the desert. There we are, 300 watts average. Let's see how far under we can get it. That's the new game. Spin up here. I think when I did this earlier in the week on kicking and screaming, kicking and sprinting, I think I got across with a group in 29 minutes and 30 seconds. Not going to hit that here, thank goodness, because that was what that group was doing for one lap, not two. We're going to be solidly 30 plus on this loop. Group has the potential to close this out in under an hour. Which is great. Coming up on 22K in with 20 and a half to go. Over halfway. That's always a good feeling. Really the last quarter of the race that I suspect will be the most difficult. Okay. What fun power up do we get? Okay. Okay. One bottle done. 17K to go. This is very civilized. Very, very civilized. So, either guys are tired, or we got some Sammy Save-Ups in here who are gonna hit that hill with all they got. I tend to think it's the Sammy Save-Ups. So we too need to be banking energy. And the game that I'm playing is how low can I get that wattage average up in the top left. We're at 286 right now. How much lower can we go? Heart rate's doing okay. Just need to stay hydrated. It is hot today. Hot, hot, hot. I live in Texas, and this is why I'm hot. Okay. The majority of the kilometers behind us, some of the hardest kilometers, arriving soon. Coming to a ride near you. This will be fun. Heart rate coming down. That's good. Watts coming down with it. That's good too. But only if my legs will show back up through the hills. I don't know if they're going to do that. So there's a guy off the front right now with a 516 watt FTP according to Sauce. He's off the front right now, way ahead of us, riding 5 watts a kilo. So that should be easy for him. If his FTP's in the 5s, hundreds in the 500s. Not the 5 watts per kilo, but the 500 watts raw. All right, it's getting way too civilized. It was like over 310 watts, I think, over the top of 310 watt average over the top of Titans last time. That average is now down to 280. It will go back up. That is for sure. Heart rate's going to go back up too. Less than 14K to go. About to get into the hard stuff. It's been a nice leisurely stroll through the desert. But man, is that all going to change. Okay. Okie dokie. Here it comes. I don't want to work here. Oh. Okay. Some step downs here. All right. Let's ride the pack. This is wild. Oh, come on. What the heck? That was tough. Far from over though. Holy moly. Gotta recover, even at this speed, even at this effort. Okay. There we go. Now let's get out of the desert. Okay. Gotta start recovering even here, even at these speeds. Okay. Okay. Coming out to the desert now. One little spin here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Less than 3K. All right. There we go. All right. gonna be a big bunch sprint. Oh my God. Garbage at the end. Nothing. That's okay. It's okay. At least I was there. At least I was there. But yeah, that's no legs to speak of in the sprint. None. I believe that's not 7th overall. I think that's 7th in my category. There were so many 50 plus leading the charge today. So I'm sure I finished way behind a bunch of them. Way behind. That's frustrating, guys. To feel like I was real smart through the entirety of the ride, and I didn't make any moves. I didn't take an extra pedal stroke. I made sure if I could come off the pedals, I was going to come off the pedals, and I did. And I've got a 280 high, 287 maybe watt average, which is good. That just means that like I rode with good efficiency, good taxonomy of motion. Yeah, the legs just didn't show up in the sprint. I was willing it, I was trying, but it wasn't there. So I still pushed to the line. The past 4 days have been, actually 5 days, have been really productive, and I'm going to count this as productive as well. 5 days ago, I did a London Elevate, or whatever it's called, where in 20 kilometers you do both Fox Hill and Box Hill. So I did that. Then I did a trilogy race, Masters trilogy race, which was 3 very hard races there, with a lot of animation and some good elevation. Then on Monday I did kick and sprint, kick and scream, kick and punch, kick and vomit, whatever you want to call it. I did that, which was actually just one loop of this course, Sand and Sequoias. Did that in 29 and a half minutes, something like that, with the lead in and a loop. And then that was a very fast day chasing those guys. I was punching way above my weight and still finished like 27th, 28th on the day. And then yesterday, race number 4, back to the Trilogy League again. broken up by age groups. Had a pretty successful day. Counterclockwise on the Champs-Élysées, clockwise on the Champs-Élysées, and then the Gotham grind. And in 45 to 49, I finished top of the category all 3 times. So that was a good day for me. And then today, here we are. So those 4 races brought me into today. I feel good about how smart I was. I didn't get impatient. I didn't try to chase anything down. I just tried to conserve, knowing that we had to get through Titans Grove twice, which I did. I successfully got through Titans Grove twice. Sometimes I don't even successfully get through it once. So to be able to get through it twice, that's a win. Unfortunately, despite trying to hydrate, despite trying to keep my watts low and my average low, I could not summon a sprint. And there were some very, very, very strong riders and sprinters and climbers in the group today. A lot of those were in my category, C category, 40 to 49. And it seems that the majority of the action was in the blue jerseys, 50 to 59, which is probably why there were so many jokes in the chat about, like, I can't wait until I turn 50 and finally get fast. Oh man, all jokes aside, that was a tough one, guys. That was a tough one. But, you know, here we are. We did it. Got through 42 kilometers, was it? Of double dipping, 2 shots of Sand and Sequoias. So great training day, great day to be on the bike, great day to race against people in my age category and to be challenged by people outside of my age category, both younger and older. So that's what it's all about. That's why we line up. There was one rider way off the front today. There is some speculation that maybe pinning it at over 5 watts a kilo for the entire ride is suspect. But who knows? I never know anymore. I don't know who's a pro masquerading as an average Joe. And I don't know who's height doping, weight doping, and whatever. I don't know, like, I'm not exactly sure what the satisfaction is in height and weight doping. I don't know what anybody takes from that. Like, this is a video game, right? So if you don't want to make an effort, just play a regular video game where you just have to use your fingers. Like, why even use your legs? Why even use your legs if you're going to cheat? Like, who cares? Go play a different game. Oh, that's my thoughts on that. So, 5 days in a row. And some pretty good efforts, some decent results. Some better days, some tougher days, but all good days. Making for a great 5-day streak of training. I'm gonna keep pedaling down. That sweet spot for me is probably 15 to 20 minutes of pedaling post-race. It really helps get the legs loosened up. You know, I've been riding this game forever, and I don't think I've ever seen that rainbow up there. I'm not sure I've ever seen that rainbow. Wait, there's a waterfall there? It's a joke, and yet at the same time, I think a lot of us can relate that we don't really see any of the scenery on a lot of our favorite race courses. I see a lot of cracks in pavements. I see a lot of butts in seats. I see a lot of wheels. But I can't tell you what the flowers look like, where the waterfalls are, and where all the fun little animals are and things like that. Although, a few races ago, I did notice the baby dinosaurs running along the side of the road because I remarked that after I had blown up, they were probably running faster than I was riding. Oh, and that was sad. So it was great to notice the detail and the great lengths that the programmers go to make this environment beautiful, but the conditions under which I noticed the environment were somewhat deflating. Oh, geez. Cycling is such a humbling sport. And it's most humbling if you let it be. If you really just give yourself over to it and take whatever you're going to get. It's not about protecting yourself. It's about reaching, extending, trying, failing, getting up and doing it again tomorrow. That's what brings me here. What brings you here? Why are you on Zwift? What do you like about the community? What don't you like about the community? Where can we get better? Anyways, for any of you who are here and still listening, thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing your racing journeys. The communications I'm having with you guys is a lot of fun. It makes it a lot of fun, and I really feel like we're all contributing to building great community on Zwift, a respectful community that just rips one another's legs off every single day in the nicest way. And I had a bit of that today, definitely towards the end. Got my legs ripped off by a pack of really mean 50 plus riders. They were just bullying us all day. But man, really good job everybody who was in this race. Thank you for pushing me, and I hope I contributed to pushing you, keeping you honest. Even though I was just a mid-pack dude all race. I didn't do anything out of the ordinary other than hang on. Okay, so just gonna keep the legs spinning out for a few more minutes, and I'll spare you from having to watch that. So for now, that's all from me.